All right, welcome back into Unimportant Viewpoint with Nate and Luke. So, what have you gotten into this week, Nate?
I worked all week.
Of course you did. I told you I was going to punch you in the face if that's the only thing you said.
That's why I said it. That's all I got, too, so move on.
No, you don't. Say your other shit, because I don't want to hear I worked all week.
Bro, I did work all week.
I mean,
been really hot there.
I know. Yeah, it has been.
Bro,
it's been hot outside, so it's been miserable.
It's been horrible. I sweated so much. One of my jobs that I do, I'm leaned over the whole time, and my knees are resting against, like, the carrier or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'll leave that process, and I'll have knee sweat, like sweat stains on my knees.
That's hilarious.
Like, I shouldn't be working that hard. I don't get paid enough to work that hard.
Yeah.
It's horrible. But other than that, we had a family dinner on Saturday, so they could see our new bathroom or whatever. So we had dinner and played cards. I dominated this one game that we played. I don't remember what it was. But I crushed it. And I was so tired. I was like ready for them to go home. And I still won. Like I dominated. I'm like, damn, I'm good.
And you don't even remember what it was.
What the rules are. Crushed it. Dominated.
Maybe you weren't even actually dominating. You just didn't realize you weren't dominating.
Hey, I got the high. I won. That's all that matters.
Well, that's good then.
Yeah, crushed it.
That's pretty nice though. Who like your family, his family,
his family.
Too?
Yeah. We're going to see my family this weekend. Actually,
nice.
My brother's going to be in town. Well, in St. Louis for a wedding. So we're gonna pop over there and hang out with him, my cousin, and my grandparents.
Nice.
So, that'd be kind of cool. But like, it's like 3 hours away, and we're having lunch at like 11. So I'm gonna get up real early, which I don't do. So I'll be real tired and grouchy.
Yeah.
So, but it's fine. The sacrifices I make, that's what I do.
I mean, it's the way it goes with family, man. You gotta make those sacrifices.
Yeah. And then I don't know. The other thing, we get pumpkin spice. Today actually at Starbucks, and I'm very hyped for it because I'm a basic bitch.
Yeah, I like. That's one of the things of why I say that I'm basic is that I like the pumpkin stuff. I don't necessarily I don't care that much for pumpkin spice, but I like.
Oh, I do.
I like the pumpkin cream cold brews and stuff.
Yeah, they're fire.
Yeah. And
there's like an apple one this year, like a shaken espresso apple or something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that. I'm hyped.
Yeah.
So today before shift, I'm going to get one.
It's so weird because it's so freaking hot right now, and then all this fall stuff's coming out.
I know, it don't feel right.
Yeah.
And football started, and there's like heat indexes. It's like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I keep getting warnings on my phone about like how hot and stuff it is outside, and I'm like, okay, I don't care. I've heard this. I know it's gonna be like this all week. Like, it's enough. I don't need any more notifications on my phone telling me how hot it's gonna be.
Just just rub it in.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel how hot it is.
I'm gonna go work and get knee sweat for no reason. Can't wait.
It's such a weird place to sweat.
I know, but like
the front of your knee.
Yeah,
I guess it's because your legs are probably sweating, and then you're
resting, and the sweat's catching. But like, I've never seen sweat stains on your knees. Like,
yeah, it's like you're kneeling in the wet grass or something.
Yeah, like, what are we doing? Like, I'm working too hard for this. I don't get paid enough.
Yeah.
And then today, like, it was really hot today, and I was really struggling. There's a girl that's like chilling there. I was leaned over, she looked at my butt. She's like, "Damn, Nate, your butt is moist." I'm like, I know. That's why I'm working. Like, it's horrible.
Oh shoot, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah, I obviously I had work too. Did a little bit of training this week, so it's actually so far the weeks went by pretty quick because I've been learning some other stuff, so it's makes the day go by quicker because I'm more focused and
actually working.
Yeah, actually like having to put in a lot of effort and not noticing how slow the time's actually going.
Yeah.
But this past weekend we Jenna, to be able to get Jenna's car in the garage, we did a little bit of rearranging and organizing for her garage. Plus it was getting out of hand anyways, and we're both like to have things organized and in its place, so it was nice to be able to
That's a good feeling.
Get that. Yep. We're not completely done. I feel like we still need a little bit of stuff to do, but it's in a lot better place.
Yeah.
And she was able to park in there. She tried it. She was planning on parking like diagonally so that she could get out of the garage easier.
That's
because like the way my like, because I have to park in the driveway now, so she wanted to be able to like be able to back out without having to worry about my car or whatever.
Yeah.
And be able to like swoop around my car and go in diagonally, but her vehicle's too big, so she tried it the regular way today and it fit. She said barely, but it fits.
Yeah.
So we still got to do there's a little bit of stuff still in the front of her where her vehicle is, so if I move that out of the way, that'll help a little bit.
Good to go.
And then we watched No Hard Feelings this past weekend.
Did you like it?
So it was okay. The thing is that like the stuff that we were sending back and forth to each other on it, the funny parts.
Those were the good parts.
That was the funny parts of the movies.
Yeah.
There was a funny scene, but also like kind of uncomfortable for me scene, because I'm like, this is so weird. Where she convinces him to go skinny dipping in the ocean with her, and then like these drunk like teenagers or something like start like taking their clothes to run off with them, and so she runs out of the ocean and starts like beating them up but naked.
Oh, really?
And it's just like, this is really awkward, kind of.
Great. Yeah,
it's like a kind of an awkward scene.
That's Jennifer Lawrence, man.
Yeah.
I'd like to see her naked. I don't even care about that.
That's such a weird. No, it was. I don't know. It was just a really weird scene. Like, I'm just like, this is kind of uncomfortable.
Would you recommend the movie?
I think you should watch it. It wasn't like, it didn't blow me away, but like I said, like literally the parts that we thought were funny and we're cracking up about, we already seen them. So then like I watched it, so it was funny, but it was like I already heard all this stuff, so like it wasn't as funny. Yeah, it was literally almost every one of the jokes that we like, the funny parts that we sent each other were the funny parts of the movie.
I had such promise for that one too.
Yeah, and then I also wanted to throw in that I forgot last week my favorite cartoon. Like my number one favorite cartoon, and I didn't put it on there because I guess I didn't think of it as like a kid's cartoon.
Yeah.
Because I watch it now. Like I'll like start it and watch all the seasons now. But it's Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I've never watched it.
But it's technically a kid's show, but I love it. It's so good.
Is that the bald guy in the orange jumpsuit or whatever?
The bald guy's got the blue arrow on his head and stuff.
It's like Earth, Wind, and Fire or something. Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard it's actually really good.
It is very good.
Oh, all right.
So he's an airbender, obviously.
And you forgot your number one.
Yeah. But it's, like I said, it's because it's like, I didn't really think of it as a kid's show. And then like, I don't know what brought it up, and I was like, oh my God, how did I forget that?
My number one.
But that's my number one kids cartoon.
Bro.
Number one for sure. And then the last thing is how do you feel about PDA? Like public displays of affection.
I don't like to do it.
How do you feel about it when you see people doing it?
It depends, like, I don't know. It really depends on who it is.
So it's very awkward for me. Like, I'm like,
really?
I do not like it.
I mean, I don't want to see them like.
I don't want to do it myself, but I also don't like. It's weird to me.
It's like holding hands. Like, that's fine.
No, that's not what I mean by PDA.
What do you mean?
I left work.
Like,
No. Good grief! How are we gonna go from holding hands to finger blasting as
you gotta set
that's not the next step. No, so I left work the other day, and you probably know the guy.
Who?
But
I need to know who it is.
Him and his girl were like standing in front of her car, like just making out in the parking lot.
Gross. Oh,
yeah, and I'm like, really? Like
after work?
Yeah, and I'm like, do y'all not like? Can y'all
home.
not go home and hang out at home and make out? Like, why are we making out in the parking lot? Like y'all, if y'all are dating, which I don't know, maybe they are dating, but maybe one of them's shouldn't be dating. Anyways, they were literally making out in the parking lot, and I'm like, why can't you just like go somewhere else, like, or get in your car?
Also, y'all are probably sweaty and gross and like.
Well, that's true too.
It's so nasty. Like, go
But
take
yeah.
a bath and then hit it up later. Like, I don't know. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see you tongue punching somebody when I'm trying to get in my car and go home.
I don't. It's just. I don't understand it as an adult. Like I can understand like kids, like younger people that can't go to their house or whatever and do that stuff.
Yeah.
But like an adult, like you have a car. I'm assuming you live somewhere. Like why can't you go there to do whatever it is you're doing? Like why are you doing it in public? Like teenagers, like fine, whatever. Like I guess you can't. There's I guess limited amount of
But you're grown ass people.
Yeah, just go home.
Invite them over.
Yeah, geez Louise, I don't see how it's that hard.
I ain't about that life, man.
But yeah, I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it at all, and it just grosses me out.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
He wears headphones a lot.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, know.
They're kind of, anyway.
Yeah, because that's exactly the kind of shit they do a lot.
Yeah. I got nothing nice to say, so I'm just going to keep quiet on that one.
Yeah, so, but I seen that and it made me think because I see that a lot. And I'm like, go home.
It's so cringy.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, so... Yeah, that was kind of my week. That was just pretty much it. I saw that and I needed to see what your thoughts on that is because I'm just like, yeah, it kills me. But we'll go ahead and move on to your nerding out. I don't know. Is that a movie?
It's a game.
Oh, okay.
And I regret putting it on it because I don't even know how to explain it. It's going to be a real terrible conversation.
Go for it. Let's see.
Alright, so I haven't been playing a lot of video games. But this one, like, for some reason, it has its hooks in me. And I've been all about it. But basically, you're like this archaeologist dude trying to find archaeologist stuff about Rome. And you find this portal, it takes you back in time to Rome, blah, blah, blah. You wake up, and you're in, like, you wake up in this Roman city. And you find out that everyone that lives there is trapped there, and they can't escape. So you're tasked with trying to find a way out. But then you also find out, like, there's a thing called the Golden Rule, which is if one person sins, we all sin. And if you sin, like, everyone dies, like, immediately. So you can't fuck up. If you mess up, like, you have to restart the day. It's like a time loop thing.
So... Did you say the name of this?
The Forgotten City.
Okay, because I couldn't remember if you said it.
I did not say it.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, that I get what you're saying. I don't feel like it's necessarily too crazy of a thing to explain, but it is very weird. I get what you're saying.
And it's all like
so it's all kind of like
it's all dialogue based too.
Yeah, is it kind of like sneaking? Like you kind of got.
You're not really sneaking, but you're talking to people, finding things out.
It's like a investigative game, kind of.
Yeah, there's a mystery. And then as you go on, like, more mysteries get unveiled to you that you have to figure out. Okay, I got you.
And
it's fun trying to figure out, like, different people want to be told different things. You got to figure out, like, their personality and how you need to talk
So it's kind of manipulating.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep. So it's pretty fun.
It sounds like it would be, like, one of those things that would suck you in.
I'm sucked in, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't ever call in. I wanted to call in today because I found something out while I was playing it before work, and I'm like, damn. I don't want to stop now. I need to get this shit going.
Yeah.
So I know I'm close to the end, so I want to finish it and I don't know, do something else.
Jeez Louise, you're already almost done with it?
It's not a long game.
Oh, okay.
It started. Have you heard of Skyrim?
Yes.
It was a Skyrim mod, and then these people like actually developed it into a full game.
Oh, okay.
So it's not very big.
Skyrim. That seems like a weird Skyrim mod.
Yeah, I don't understand how that works. I don't get it.
Like, how did they mod that into Skyrim? Because Skyrim's not even remotely like that, like Roman, like, you know what I mean?
Nope. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand how it worked.
Yeah, that's weird. That's a weird game to mod it into. It might not have been
like a Roman thing in the mod.
Oh, that, yeah. They could have taken like that concept and then did it for like an actual like something.
Yeah. People
would know like. History wise,
and you can tell it's a Skyrim.
Actual history.
You can tell it's from Skyrim because like the gameplay and like the moving and the camera. It's all from it's all the same thing. So it makes sense, but I don't know how. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then my other nerdy thing, Bob's Burgers. I've been watching a shit ton of Bob's Burgers.
I used to work with a girl that looked like Tina.
Oh my god, I would love her.
Yeah.
Well, did she act like her?
I don't know how Tina acts. I just know Tina.
Have you never seen it?
No.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love it. I think it's great.
No, I haven't seen it. It's not my.
Yeah.
It's not my kind of thing.
That's
like
fair.
I know.
It's
like
usually not mine, but
I know I wouldn't like it. So I mean, I guess I could give it a shot and just see, but I don't think I would like it. It's not really. Doesn't seem like it's my type of thing.
I don't like a lot of like adult animated cartoons, like Family Guy. I don't like.
Well, like I don't know. I'm not even talking about that part of it. It seems like it's kind of like.
It's pretty dry.
Yeah, like kind of goofy and not goofy, but like, yeah.
I think you should give it a shot.
I don't know.
I'll send you TikTok because it's all over my TikTok.
Yeah, I mean, individual things might be funny, but like as a whole of watching the show, I don't feel like I would like it that much.
No,
but I'm telling you, this girl looked like exactly like Tina.
I want to be friends with her.
And I barely even know. Like I just know what Tina looks like. This is the only thing I know about Tina. So.
Okay.
But yeah, she looked exactly like Tina.
That's cool.
People would know. People would be like, yeah, that's Tina. Like I'll even like ask. I can't even remember what her name is, but like.
Hope it's Tina.
I'll ask. No, it's not. But I'll ask one of the guys I used to work with. Like every once in a while, I'll be like, "What is her name?" And he'll be like, "Oh, you're talking about." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's the girl." So, couple of things I'm nerding out about. I'm not really necessarily nerding out about this because I haven't watched it yet, but I'm excited to watch that Swamp Kings, that Untold.
I have some bad news for you.
What?
Apparently it's not good.
What?
Apparently it's like a PR thing for Florida. Like they didn't go into any of the dirty details. They make Urban Meyer look like a good dude.
But yeah, anyways, I seen where he came out and said that it wasn't like he liked it and was like praising it. So then I was like, that doesn't sound like it should be right.
I've heard nothing but bad things about it. Yeah. Like it's like a Tebow PR thing, and they don't talk about Aaron Hernandez very much. They don't talk about.
Well, I can kind of get that though.
But no, that's what I want. That's what I'm here for.
Well, I know, but they don't have they probably don't have that much on Aaron Hernandez when he was at Florida. You know what I mean? Like he didn't murder somebody when he was at Florida.
I don't know that.
So they don't want to they don't need to bring up something that didn't even happen in in the time. I mean, they can mention it, I guess, but like, why would you talk about it? It's not even relevant for what they were trying to film. But that is very disappointing.
Yeah, I would lower your expectations.
But they have been killing it on the Untold because they did that Johnny Manziel one, whenever that was.
Yeah.
And then they have that one about doping. I want to watch that one too.
I do want to watch that one.
Yeah. So there's a few that I want to watch. But that kind of sucks about the freaking Swamp Kings.
Yeah, lowered. I don't think it's gonna be. I've heard nothing but bad things.
Well, that sucks. And then my next thing is not really anything I'm nerding out about, but I'm interested in what Clint is nerding out about because I saw on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Is that like they're making a cartoon, like video series thing, and he's voicing somebody?
Yeah. So his buddy Chris, shout out Chris, he's cool. He like DMs a lot of Dungeons and Dragon games and stuff, and he actually has a podcast channel that they post on, and I'll look it up real quick so I can shout him out. But Clint told me this, and I'm gonna butcher it because this is not part of my nerdum. He created his own game based off another game, and so they're play testing it, and they're going to record it and put it on YouTube or podcast or whatever.
So it's a game.
It's like a D&D game type, or role-playing game type thing.
But they're doing the voices for some of the...
Yeah. The characters or whatever.
Characters.
Yep.
And they're doing like a run-through of the game.
I think yes, as far as my knowledge goes, yes. I could be very wrong, but that's how I understand it.
Okay.
So they record a lot of their like D&D set, or it's not even D&D, it's just role playing. Yeah. But they record it and put it on whatever they put it on. And their podcast is called Dream Slayer Studios RPG Podcast.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. It's pretty.
I mean, that's a lot. Ours is a lot long too, but that's a lot.
It's good. I've listened to a couple, or I've listened to some of it. I'm not a role-playing D&D kind of guy, but it's fun.
Well, if anybody ends up playing this or whatever, Clint is Richard in the game.
I don't know anything about the character, so...
It looks like he has a staff.
Yeah, he does have a staff.
It says Everyday Heroes RPG Ozark Requiem.
Ooh. And then they're doing something else, I'm not sure, too. But... They're reading, like, some Spider-Man comic, I think. They're doing a reading of it. It's going to get posted there, too, I believe. They're doing all kinds. They're doing a lot, which is fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, yeah, shout out them. Give it a listen if that's what you're into.
Yeah,
it's pretty neat.
I just saw that I saw that he posted that, and I wasn't sure what, like. I don't know if maybe I just didn't read it very well, or if it just didn't straight up say exactly what it was. It didn't make sense to me. I had to ask him. So I was like, I wasn't sure what it was. So I was like, it was Nerdum. So I'm like, I wonder what that is.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it on the things I'm nerding out about. I didn't really have much going on as far as nerding goes. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the news. We've got a couple things. I want to go ahead and bring up one of them real quick because it's not anything we're going to really talk about, but I just thought they were really cool. They had the Little League Classic.
Yeah.
And the bats for the Little League Classic were freaking cool.
They are cool.
That dude with the number 2 pencil.
I love that one.
That one was legit. That one was awesome.
Yeah.
But they had some, like they had red, white, and blue crayons.
America.
And they had a couple of number 2 pencils I seen. But there was like a whole image that had a bunch of them. They had like a green monster looking thing on one.
It was like the Philadelphia mascot or whatever.
Yeah. Then they had something on the other one. It was probably another mascot, some sort of character on it too. But they were just really cool.
They were
so
fun.
If anybody wants to see them, it's just the Little League Classic. I'm sure if you look up Little League Classic bats, you'll see them. But it's like
the number 2 looks like a pencil. It's pretty neat.
The number 2 pencil looks legit.
Yeah,
looks very legit. I can't remember what the name of the bats are. It's like start with a V.
Oh, I don't know.
I can't remember what it was, but it started with a V. But anyways, if you want to check them out, they are very super cool. Like I said, that number 2 pencil was legit. When I saw that, I was like, that is cool. Because the first I saw of like they had the special bats or whatever was just a picture of a dude holding just the number 2 pencil bat, like going up to swing, and I'm like, that's freaking awesome. And I thought he just had that was just his bat, but apparently they had like a ton of different ones. Yeah. So they were definitely pretty cool. But then we'll go ahead and move on to the next thing. This one. I don't know a whole lot about it. I just know he's getting dropped left and right. But the Scooter Braun, the dude that bought Taylor Swift's original
douchebag
music, is getting dropped. Like a ton of people are dropping him. This past week, Ariana Grande dropped him, and
Justin Bieber.
That wasn't this past week though, was it?
I think so.
Oh, was it? Shit, I didn't know that. I thought that one had already happened a little bit ago. But Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber, and the one that I saw originally, oh my God, what is her name?
What's she look like? Sing me a song.
She was on like America's Got Talent or X Factor, one of those. She was one of the judges. She went by, oh my God, why am I blanking? She used to be a Disney like kid star. Oh my God, why is this happening to me? She was a judge on X. I think it's X Factor. She was a judge on X Factor, and it's the chick that keeps going back and forth between being called they, them, and she.
Demi Lovato.
Yes. God. Jeez. Whew. Anyways. That was
a journey, bro.
Yeah, it was. That was a hell of a journey.
All you had to say was they, them, and I'm here, I know.
Yeah. Which I didn't even know you could, I guess you can, but I didn't understand that.
I don't understand.
I don't understand the going back and forth.
I think she was tired of explaining it, so she got lazy and went back to being a she. That's how I interpreted it.
Yeah, but
she
if
got tired
that
of getting asked about it, but like,
if that's the case, like that doesn't
yeah,
you can't. You're not really leading the way.
Honestly, I like her. She is not the brightest crayon in the box. She is kind of dumb.
But anyways, I think she was the one I originally saw that dropped him, and then I think I could even be wrong that it was her, but I think it was her. And then seen that Ariana Grande dropped him, and then I seen where they said Justin Bieber, but I didn't realize that just happened. So
I think it did.
So that's crazy, but I don't know what's going on there. I don't know that anybody exactly knows what's going on.
There's a lot of rumors like he did something.
Yeah, I've heard
something bad, and so he's having to get out of the industry altogether now. Because it'll come out, I imagine. But
oh yeah, I'm sure it will.
Have you seen what he looks like?
Yeah,
he looks like a douchebag. You know he did something sketchy.
I don't know.
He looks like a douche.
I'm not for sure 100% on the whole Taylor Swift thing anyways. So like he bought the originals and then I guess he didn't offer to sell them to her and he sold them to somebody else. Is that the whole gist of why she is like upset and stuff?
To be honest, I don't know. I feel like I should know.
I didn't understand. I tried to figure it out, but I didn't 100% understand if that's what her gripe was. Because if he bought my thinking was if he bought the rights to it, he can sell it to whoever he wants. Now I get why she would be upset if he didn't even offer to sell them to her and she was willing to buy them. That part would be shitty, but
also I just don't understand how you can own
that part. I don't understand either.
That makes me grumpy. She wrote her own music. Why does she not own? I don't understand.
Is that a part of when you sign onto a record label?
The music industry's fucked.
But it makes sense though, because if you think about it, like it somewhat makes sense. It doesn't completely make sense, but you got to think from a music industry standpoint. Like they're investing in artists that might not be anything. So they invested in Taylor Swift, and she might not have turned into anything, and they're putting all of their stuff into her for her to potentially not produce anything. So the fact that they own the rights kind of makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's shit she came up with, so that's kind of and apparently she did all the art for the albums and all that shit. So basically she actually did every bit of it. Yeah. And then she didn't actually own the rights, which is kind of cool that she's doing that whole
Thankfully, she hasn't
Taylor
been ready to buy all her stuff back. Because some of them artists don't get that chance.
Yeah. Well, she's not even actually buying it back, is she? I thought she was just re-recording them.
Oh yeah, she is.
And releasing them.
You know what? I don't know. Don't quote me.
Because I think that's why they call them Taylor's version.
Yeah.
Is because she's re-recording them.
I thought she bought some of them. You know what? Don't know.
Because she's releasing them as new art and everything.
1989 is coming out in a couple months, I think, and I'm very hyped for that one.
Well, apparently she's got I guess there's songs that probably the record label or whatever didn't want on the album or whatever, and so she'll release those songs with the album that they go to, and apparently I guess the ones that she really loves are we're gonna be on the 1989 album.
Ooh, I'm hyped. I'm very hyped.
And so apparently there's gonna be some new music that are gonna be pretty good.
I'll buy that one. I'll pay money to buy that one.
Yeah.
Shout out Taylor Swift.
But she keeps the thing I don't like about the way she's doing it is that she keeps releasing you have to buy 5 different albums to get all the songs.
Yeah, I'm not.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She releases Taylor's version Red or I don't know. Red might be an album, but she's got different. She's got different versions of each album, so you have to buy a bunch of different versions.
But Swifties are crazy.
At one point they had a Target exclusive album, so you had to buy the Target exclusive album to get the specific song that was on the Target.
Woman.
I know, but that's shitty. That is really shitty though. At the same time, to be an artist, and especially her, because she's making just an outrageous amount of money, and it's
billions of dollars on this fucking
board. And then you're on stacking it up even more on the backs of people that, let's be honest, they shouldn't probably be spending their money on 5 different freaking albums just to get all your songs. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know that much about it though. So
either. I'm pro Taylor though. Get it, girl.
So that was pretty much it for the top for the news
I think
this
we mention
week.
Taylor Swift every episode. At least half of them.
I don't think
I think she's been at least half of them.
she might have been. What's weird is I don't really care that much about
I
Taylor
don't
Swift, and
either.
neither do you.
Yeah, I feel
Like somehow
everyone
it's like the same as Twitter, like that whole X thing. Like we
Yeah.
kept mentioning that, and I'm like, I don't even care about this anymore, but yet we keep talking about it. But yeah, so that was pretty much it for the news. We're gonna go ahead and move on to our top 5. This week we decided to do our top 5 favorite athletes.
Yeah, boy.
This was a struggle for me,
Insane.
and I'm pretty sure it was a struggle for Nate too, because I'm pretty sure he said he changed his list like 30
I
times.
want to change it right now, and I'm not doing it.
My problem is that I mostly watch basketball, so I kept wanting to put like all basketball players, but then I felt like it just felt wrong to put just nothing but basketball players.
Yeah.
And so then when I originally made it the first time, I wasn't even my favorite athletes. It was just athletes that I thought were like dominant in their individual sports. And then I'm like, why am I doing this? Because I don't even care about half these people.
Yeah.
Like I had Michael Phelps on there, but I'm like, I don't care about Michael Phelps.
Michael Phelps.
I mean, it was kind of cool whenever
He's
he
a
was
goat,
winning
but, like,
all those
it's
medals.
swimming, yeah.
But
Who
and I
cares?
watched it when that happened, but like I don't
Yeah.
really care nothing about him. But so we're gonna move on to that. I'm gonna let you go ahead and start with your honorable mentions.
I bet. Okay, my first honorable mention for favorite athlete. First one's Otto Porter Jr. Does that name ring a bell to you?
It does. I don't care much for him, but
The reason, I played against him in high school all the time.
did you really?
Yeah, he grew up like in the same county as me, and he went to a super tiny school. So we were in the same conference. We were in same conference, so we played 2 games a year, definite. We'd play in the conference tournament, and then we had a Christmas tournament. We always ended up playing them. So we played them like 4 times a year.
That's crazy.
And let me tell you, they beat us by like 50 every time we played.
Well, I can guarantee
It
it
was
if
awful.
they had you playing versus Otto
Dude,
Porter Jr.
Right. But like
That's wild.
Those games were not fun. They were horrible.
That's wild. I would love to have played against somebody
Yeah.
like that, but
Yeah.
I don't have anything like that.
And we were in a small school in Southeast Missouri. Like,
I was at a tiny school, bro.
like we were.
I graduated with like 27 people in my
I had
class.
32, I think.
Oh, hey.
So yeah, we're small. I think they were smaller than we were.
Oh, that's even weirder.
I know. But Otto Porter, he's a beast, man. He was a beast in high school.
That's
But anyway,
crazy.
That's why he's one of my favorites.
Well, I'm
'cause,
sure he would be a beast in high school. I mean, he's in the NBA right
you know,
now.
I was guarding him. He was probably putting up like 50 points.
He probably wasn't even trying at all.
No, he wasn't trying. He was so calm and chill the whole time. He wasn't one of those douchey.
Where did he go to
studs.
college?
Georgetown. And he got drafted 3rd overall in 2013 or 14.
He probably wasn't that crazy. I mean, I'm sure he was highly recruited, but he wasn't like crazy high.
He wasn't like a 5-star.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
One thing I don't like about him, he didn't go to Mizzou. Should have went to Mizzou.
Did they recruit him?
I think so, yeah. But he went to stupid Georgetown. And then they lost the first round of the tournament his last year. That's what you get.
I think it worked
Going
out for him.
Stupid. It did work. He got drafted 3rd.
Yeah.
So here's my first one. Sorry, if you heard those are my animals. They're being very annoying.
They got wild there.
Bro, they're stupid. Second honorable mentions, Jimmer Fredette. What a baller. I loved watching Jimmer.
I didn't like him.
Of course you didn't.
I didn't like him.
Nick hates him too.
I mean, it's whatever.
Dude, he was so fun to watch.
He was like kind of a ball hog.
Because he was played on BYU. Who was going to pass the ball to? Some
I mean,
Mormon dude over there?
But
No.
they definitely weren't gonna get anybody else to go there because he was never gonna pass it to anybany.
I wouldn't either if I could shoot from like half court and make
I
it.
didn't care nothing about watching him.
Anyway, Jimmer Fredette, baller. Loved him.
How many people you have on your freaking honorable
This
mentions?
is my problem. The rest will be quick. Nikola Jokic, baller.
Yes, baller.
Baller. Love watching him play. He's
Yeah.
fun.
You're gonna have to roll a little quicker.
Do
You
not
got
rush
30
me. This is
people
my
on here.
podcast.
You got 30 people on your honorable
I
mentions.
literally have 2 more, you dum-dum. Sophie Cunningham. She plays for the Phoenix Mercury right now. Was a Mizzou baller. On the
Okay,
women's team.
I was like,
Bro, she's so
weird.
fun to watch. I love her.
because I'm like, I don't feel like that many people watch the WNBA, so
They should.
I mean, The WNBA is like a lot better than I remember it being. Like, what, when we were younger?
Yeah, when we were younger, it wasn't fun to watch.
Yeah,
I love watching it. I'd rather watch that than NBA games.
I mean, they probably do try harder.
And then there's more like not skill. I don't know.
Kind of.
There is more skill because
there's way more skill because they don't have the crazy athleticism that they can.
You're not running and dunking every play. Like you gotta do crafty layups and jump shots. Anyway, I love Sophie Castle.
I don't know about necessarily. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Because now that I think about it, I'm like, the
not,
NBA is very skill, but you know what I mean. Like it's complete skill instead of skill and athleticism.
Yeah.
Like
it's a different game.
Yeah.
And Steve Nash.
Yeah.
I had long hair in junior high, so my nickname was Nash for a while.
That's hilarious.
I would try to throw one-handed passes and like I was really bad at basketball. Yeah. So anyway, I love Steve Nash. He was a baller.
Yeah, I like Steve Nash too. So for my honorable mentions, I have John Jones, UFC.
I know that. I don't know who that is. I know who he is.
I loved like watching him like when he entered the cage. I don't know why I said cave. But when he would enter the cage, he would like get down on like his hands, almost like I don't even know, like I don't really know. Maybe I guess kind of like a gorilla. I don't know though.
That seems.
I don't know if that was what he was trying. I don't know, but he would like kind of like crawl, like, but not crawl. Like I want to say that's the reason why I say gorilla is because he didn't get like. Crawl makes it sound like he was on his hands and knees. He wasn't on his knees. He was up on his feet, and he would like kind of like
a bear crawl.
Kind of, but not because he didn't crawl forward. It was kind of.
I don't like the gorilla comparison.
I don't know, like I don't know another animal to like that or another thing that does that. I'm literally trying to think, and I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I don't know why you're laughing so hard about it. I can't think of what it. That's the only thing I can think of that does that.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyways. The way he entered the ring was badass, and then he was a badass. He's so athletic.
Aaron Paul or whatever. John Paul. What is his name?
What?
I don't know fighting.
Jake Paul. Or Logan Paul, and I doubt it.
Didn't he lose? I thought like anyway.
No, he's like a heavyweight. He's like 200 and something pounds. Like 250 pounds or 260 pounds.
I feel like he lost to somebody. Anyway, go on.
No, I doubt it. I mean, he might have if it was straight up boxing, but I doubt he would have even fought him because he's a heavyweight. Like in the UFC, he's a heavyweight, which is like 230 and above. I think. But he's a big old dude. Like a big dude. He's definitely way bigger than Logan and Jake Paul. But anyways. Totally, he's a freak of nature when it comes to fighting. And then Rob Gronkowski.
I love Gronk.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's Gronk too. Like, it's not even just he's dominant on the football field, and also like it's Gronk, and he's hilarious and does wild shit. And then I have Benny Snell.
I literally hate this one.
He was a football player, running back at UK. He plays
like 8 years.
He plays in the
NFL.
So he plays in the NFL now. He just started. He played a lot and started as a redshirt or as a true freshman. That's the reason why it seemed like he was there for a long time. He played all 4 years, and he actually like started as a freshman.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why it seemed like
he's on a new team this year too.
Yes, he's on the Lions. I think
right. That sounds right.
Because I'm pretty sure they picked up. They picked him up and then dropped Logan Stenberg, which is a offensive lineman that played at UK. It was like at the same time. Like they picked up a UK guy, but then they dropped the other UK guy.
Than one in your team.
And I was like, what the hell?
That'll take your franchise.
Yeah, but Logan Stenberg was a good offensive lineman. I thought he played for them and stuff. Like, played center for them and stuff. Like, not necessarily a starter, but I thought he played a lot. But I don't know.
Not now.
Yeah, clearly not now. And then my last one is Steph Curry, but this is dependent on him playing at Davidson. I don't care anything about Steph Curry now, but like whenever he was like on his Davidson runs, that was like I remember going to the gym. Like we went to the gym, me, my brother, and one of my brother's friends went to our high school gym, and like right after we watched them play in the tournament one day. One of the games, and like it was like immediately after it we went and played, and we were all just like shooting from way back and being like Steph Curry and like throwing it from like way back.
That was Jimmer for me.
But I don't care anything about Steph Curry now, but
yeah.
But back then that was really cool.
Yeah.
And then my that was it for my honorable mention. So my number 5, I have Shaq Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal.
That's fair. He was a baller.
He was a baller, and he was fun.
He's funny, dude.
And he's funny, yeah.
He's a good dude too.
Yeah, he just goofball.
Yeah.
But was dominant.
Dude, when he was on the
nobody could hold a candle to that dude.
Can you imagine guarding him?
No. Can you imagine like Shaq in his prime?
No.
In the NBA right now?
He would dominate.
He would. And it's so hilarious. Like, the only person I can think of that would have a chance against him is Nikola.
I don't think he's athletic enough, though.
That's the problem. Is he's big enough. I just don't know if he's athletic enough.
Because Shaq was a freak.
Yeah. Yeah, Shaq was something else. Something else entirely.
He was mean on the court, man. He'd straight up bully people.
Yeah, that dunk dunk where he knocks that big old white dude over and then he like does the finger pointing at him.
I love that so much.
That's epic.
Yeah.
That's epic.
I love Shaq.
Yeah.
He should be on my list, but he didn't make it.
Yeah, I love Shaq and me and my brother loved the Lakers back then, which I mean we're still Lakers fans, but that was like the team. That was the team we grew up watching. Yeah. Like I remember Derek Fisher hitting that like last second shot in the playoffs. Yeah, and I remember like we were going to my aunt's for some reason, and I remember my parents were like, "Come on, the game's over. Like it's over," because there was like less than a second left, and we're like, "It ain't over till it's over." And they threw it into Derek Fisher, and he hit that like banking like I don't think it was a 3. I think it was inside the 3-point line. But anyways, he hit it and they won, and we were like, "Told you, it's not over." But I can remember that we loved the Lakers back then. So that is it for my talking about Shaq. Unless you have something more you want to say about him.
Nope, Shaq's cool. I like Shaq. I really like Shaq and Chuck together.
Yes, yeah,
they're really fun together.
Maybe they did used to hate each other, but I always thought they hated each other. But now
they did have beef.
But now, like it seems like they're
it seems like they're fun.
Yeah, it seems like they're pretty good friends.
Each other.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Maybe there was just like a misunderstanding on their clowning back in the day.
Maybe.
Like maybe one of them didn't realize the other one was clowning.
Yeah.
Like joking around with them.
Clowning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but you can also clown on somebody in a negative way too.
Yeah,
is what I mean.
You're right.
So like I'm saying like clowning in like a joking way, not like a trying to make them. Yeah, not trying to disrespect them.
Yeah. All right, my number 5. Michael Vick.
Yeah, he was something else. My brother would love that you put that. Dogs, not so much. Yeah, but my brother would definitely love that.
He wasn't on my list for a while because I didn't want to.
You didn't want to bring that up, huh?
Yeah. But like Michael Vick was a baller, man.
The thing not defending somebody in that situation, but the thing is like people grow up in different environments and like that's okay to some people, like the way they're raised, that dog, like that's the same way as like cockfighting. Like some people grow up and like that's like a part of life is having like cockfights.
Yeah, he had there's a documentary about him that I watched that I really loved, but his growing up was kind of rough.
I think that's kind of like growing up they had dogfights. Like that was a normal part of life. Like if you grow up around that, you don't realize it's wrong. You know what I mean?
Yep. And he got caught. He did his time. He made his amends. He's turned it around. Like he's fine now. We all make mistakes. His was just a little more public and a little extreme. But
that's what happens when you're famous.
Yeah, life hits you. But anyway, Michael Vick, dude.
Yes.
He got me into football. Like that's how.
Bro.
He was like the first player. They're like, oh wow, football is really cool.
I think my brother-in-law, I'm pretty sure, is a Falcons fan. I think it's.
I grew up,
and I think it's because of Michael Vick.
Same.
I don't know that like for 100%, but I think that's the reason why.
I remember playing Madden as a kid. I was always the Falcons. I was always Michael Vick.
My brother loved Michael Vick.
Dude.
I don't even think he cared that much about football, but
I didn't either.
I remember him like really.
I remember the whole offense, like Michael Vick, Algie Crumpler, Roddy White, Wark Dunn. What a balling team on Madden. Because you think like, dude, that's all I did was play Madden. I fucking loved it. Yeah. It was because of Michael Vick, and then like I'll go on YouTube every now and then watch his highlights. He's electric. Like him
dude,
with the ball.
And on Madden, you were untouchable.
Untouchable.
You were untouchable if you had Michael Vick.
Yep, Michael Vick.
But I mean, it's kind of real life. Like,
yeah.
I mean, he was kind of untouchable in real life. You know, you actually have people that take the right angles, but in a video game, like when you put that same crazy athleticism and then have people that don't take right angles whenever they're coming to tackle you, you're unbeatable.
Yeah. And then he went to prison and came back, and he was still like kind of a baller. Like,
it's kind of crazy that happened.
Isn't that it's crazy, dude.
It's kind of crazy to think that, like, I mean, robbed is the wrong word because I mean he did wrong.
Yeah.
But like, I guess not really. He wasn't robbed, but the world was robbed of like
Vic in his prime.
Yeah.
Yep. It would have been cool to see what would happen if he didn't.
How long was he out?
I think at least 2 years.
Yeah.
I think. Don't quote me on that.
It's pretty crazy.
But I know, like,
when you think about it, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Michael Vick, certified baller.
Yep.
So then my number 4, Drew Lock.
Yeah. This is. Oh my god. I saw this on your list, I was hoping that within the 30 times you changed your list, that this would just not be there at some point.
I tried to not put him on there. I tried so hard, but I have to.
Why? Because you knew I was going to be like, what the fuck?
That was part of it, but also he's one of my favorite players to ever play the game.
I mean, I get that, but oh my lord.
I love Drew Lock.
Your love for Drew Lock is ridiculous.
Everybody shits on me all the time for Drew Lock.
I just don't get it, because I don't even remember him being that crazy good when he was in college.
He was great. Well, he was good. He would make some throws that, like, you don't ever see. And then he would make some throws that I would make. I'm like, okay. He was very hot and cold.
Yeah. That's kind of hilarious.
Yeah. He played some...
But I also didn't watch Missouri every single game, so, like, you've seen more of him than I've seen. So maybe he... You know,
and since he's left, we haven't had a good.
He reminds me a lot of
Tom Brady.
No, Will Levis without the
he does not,
without the arm strength, without the crazy arm strength,
bro. Shut up.
Without the crazy arm strength, he's got arm strength.
Drew Lock has more arm strength than.
Get out of town!
I will fight you right now,
dude. You can hear, and if you listen to, like, if you watch videos of Will Levis throwing, you can hear the whistle when it comes out of his hand.
When the ball goes 12 feet over the receiver's head, you can hear the whistle.
You're so stupid. That's exactly Drew Lock. Sometimes he has
baloney
baller plays, and sometimes he throws like you.
Drew Lock is accurate. He doesn't make good decisions all the time.
Yeah, whatever.
Hey, dude, that dude has so much swag. He has so much swag for a white quarterback.
I don't feel like you're just dead wrong.
Bro, have you seen him rap on? Bro,
I don't feel like he's got swag.
Dude, his little shoulder shimmy, his backpack celebration, I love it. I do that at work sometimes. Have you seen that?
That is so goofy.
I'll have to send it to
That's
you.
a goofy white guy.
No, it's swag, bro.
Bro, it's not swag. Coming from a goofy white guy, I'm not taking your definition of swag.
Bro. Drew Lock, he's going to be a starter one day.
You laughed because you know it's not true. You literally couldn't even get that out of your mouth.
Drew Lock's going to be a starter. He's going to be good.
You literally couldn't even get that out. You literally couldn't even get that out of your mouth without laughing.
Denver screwed him. Seattle found Geno Smith, who's balling out. One day he'll get his turn. He'll win a Super Bowl.
Oh, man.
I'll bet money.
Oh, my God.
I'll bet you $5 right now.
Oh, you're... Okay, that's the easiest $5 I've ever made.
He'll make it to the playoffs as a starter.
I don't even think I see that happening.
I bet $5.
How long has he been in the league?
4 or 5 years now. Probably 5. 4? I don't know.
Yeah, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. If it ain't happened yet, it ain't happening.
It's happening.
It ain't happening.
I will never give up on Drew Lock.
It ain't happening.
That's my quarterback. My quarterback.
That's hilarious. All right, my number 4, I have T-Mac, Tracy McGrady.
I don't care about T-Mac, man.
Bro, Tracy McGrady, to me, is like one of those players that was like, what if?
Yeah, he is a what if.
Because... I don't know. It's almost like I don't even know how to describe like when I think about him, but like it's almost one of those guys where you feel like if he'd been in the right place like right position at the right time, like as far as team or just any number of things, like he would have been like one of the most badasses. But I think a lot of that is from. But I think a lot of that's from him. Like I think he kind of. I don't know that for sure, but I feel like a lot of like the reason why he ended up not on in situations that were perfect for him were that like
he was a butthole.
Yeah, like one of those things where like he was of his own making, kind of.
Yeah.
But like you had him and Vince Carter.
I love Vince Carter.
In Toronto.
Oh no, he was in Toronto.
Yeah, T-Mac and Vince Carter were in Toronto together.
I only remember him in Houston.
And then then you had T-Mac and Yao in Houston, but Vince Carter wasn't in Houston.
No.
But they played together in Toronto.
Vince Carter was a baller.
I'm pretty sure they were both on rookie deals together. I want to say. I mean, rookie deals back then, because I think rookie deals back then were like you paid whatever.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Like they were on their first contracts.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they were young T-Mac and Vince Carter, and I think T-Mac is the one that they traded away. I think.
Yeah.
Kept Vince Carter. Pretty sure that's how it went. Or he wanted out or something. I don't know exactly.
You should have put Vince Carter as your number 4.
No. No,
he's
like
way better than T-Mac.
No. Prime T-Mac. Prime T-Mac is way better than prime Vince Carter.
Vince Carter all day.
No. Prime Vince Carter was cool for like the dunk contest and all that stuff.
He was good.
He was good, but T-Mac was way better than Vince Carter. Dude, if you listen to just like interviews from old NBA players, T-Mac's the one that they're like, that dude was him.
What do they know?
Oh, way more than we do.
You're probably right.
But anyways, he just...
Yeah.
I literally named one of my dogs after Tracy McGrady.
What'd you name him?
I think we named him...
Tracy McGrady?
Yeah, I think we named him Tracy McGrady. We had a Tracy McGrady, Kobe Bryant, a Vince... I think we even had a Vince Carter.
That's weird.
They got stolen.
Oh no, that's very sad.
Yeah, that's whatever.
I hope they're doing okay.
I don't know. Probably not.
What a dog talk this episode.
Yeah. All right, and then my number 3 is Kobe Bean. Bean Bryant.
That's my number 1.
Yep. So we're gonna go ahead and knock Nate's number 1 out at the same time.
I love Kobe.
Kobe, man.
Dude, what a baller. What a gangster.
Yes.
Cold-blooded.
Total.
Black Mamba.
Total baller and just different mentality than anybody else.
Different.
He was built way different.
R.I.P. legend.
Yes, he was I mean, they forever will say Kobe when you shoot anything.
Yep, that'll never ever change.
That is, and then I saw this Trevor Ariza thing the other day, where he was like wishing him happy birthday or whatever.
Yeah, I think it was yesterday.
And yes, it was actually, I think. And it's just funny. It was like Trevor Ariza sent Kobe a picture, like back whenever Kobe was alive. He sent Kobe a picture, and it was Kobe shooting over 3 different players. And he sent that picture and then put like crying, laughing faces, like emojis on it, and sent it to Kobe. And Kobe sent back, looks like somebody's gonna be wide open for a tip back dunk if I miss. I just thought that was funny.
Dude,
what a response.
Yeah, Kobe, God, what a dude.
But he was a baller, man. And then that final game, that was something else.
I watched it on it was on Facebook.
I watched that shit live when it happened.
Did too, and
I didn't watch it live. I wasn't there, but like
no.
I watched it.
I watched it on TV.
I watched it on TV when it was
that's one of those games where like you look
and that was crazy.
Everyone in the crowd has that look on their face like we're witnessing like
yes.
magic right now.
And they were like, obviously the Lakers were feeding him the ball, but the opposing team wasn't letting him have it.
No. Well, they were losing, and then Kobe brought
and they
back.
needed to.
Yeah.
The
Jazz needed to win.
The Jazz needed to win to make the playoffs, and they ended up losing.
Kobe said, "Not today. I'm going to score 6."
Yeah. So it wasn't like they were letting it happen.
Yeah.
And he just
That's one of those
He
moments.
just put 60 on them.
You can't write a better script, man. Like,
Yeah, it's just
to
crazy.
drop 62? Where's the 60?
No, it was 60 exactly,
60?
I think.
In your final game, like, that's so wild.
Yeah.
And he was old and gassed at that point, like
Bro, he was.
but he looked like a baller that game.
But the thing is I wonder how much of that is like he could have done that on any given night, but he just didn't have enough
Yeah.
in the tank to be able to do that
No.
consistently all the
Yeah, 'cause
time.
he was still he was hobbled like that whole like last couple of years.
Yeah.
We saw him play his last season.
And it was one of those things where he probably just like
Yeah.
I ain't got any more games in me. Like I'm not gonna be doing any more of these.
I'm
So
gonna hurt
like
tomorrow, but I'm gonna give it all right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
We saw him play at Memphis his last year.
that would
was
have been cool.
It was pretty cool, man.
That would have been cool.
I got to watch Kobe play, and that's really
Yeah,
fun.
I never got to. My brother watched. Kind of. He went to the Pacers when it was Kobe Shaq. It was the year that it was Kobe Shaq.
That's cool.
The glove. What is his name? His actual name? Oh my God.
I don't know.
Gary Payton.
Yeah, that's Gary Payton.
It was Kobe Shaq, Gary Payton, and who was the other one they added? Horace Grant? Was that the other one?
He was on the Lakers, yeah. I don't know about the years or
It
whatever.
was 2004, I think. It was like the last year. It was the year that they should have won.
That was before my basketball time.
Yeah, it was the year they should have won. Anyways, they went to Pacers game when they played the Lakers, and every single one of them sat.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
I
everyone.
would have been so mad.
Every one of the starters sat. So, but they were there, but they weren't
Playing.
playing.
Like, who gives a shit?
So, but I mean, it's still cool to see.
Yeah, I guess you
See Kobe
you
and
breathe the
Shaq.
same air as some legends.
Yeah, just
Dude.
he's just something else, man.
Kobe,
That's-
yeah.
Nobody like him.
There'll never be
There will
another
never
Kobe.
be anybody like him.
And when he
ever.
died, like that one,
That
that
hit.
actually hit me. That one
That's
hurt.
probably the worst like celebrity death
Yeah.
ever for
'Cause
me.
most of them I can kind of like, oh, it's fine.
Like my wife, she says, Paul, Fast and Furious,
Paul Walker.
Paul Walker, that one hit her.
Yeah, I can see that.
But
Kobe. really-
Kobe's hit me.
That made me like sit down and reflect. Like, dang.
I think I literally cried.
That
day.
I probably cried. Yeah,
I think I
that day.
cried,
I'm sure I did.
and I'm like, I don't know, still crazy to me.
It's because it's like he was doing.
He
so
was
much
doing so much.
after he
And like
and his
he
daughter-
was like so successful. Like he was actually like he was successful in basketball, and then he took that step outside of basketball and
Yeah.
was rocking it.
Yeah, and,
and
see how
then-
good of a dad he
And
was.
then
like,
and then it just
bro,
ended it.
that's. I'm getting teary eyed now.
Yeah.
Golly, I love Kobe.
I do too.
Yeah,
There was that whole point in time whenever he went from 8 to 24.
yeah, I remember that.
That whole situation.
Yep.
I don't know exactly what the truth is in any of that, but like, you know, there was a time where it was like not necessarily a thing. People didn't cheer you on if you liked Kobe at that time.
Yeah, I remember getting. So I grew up. Steve Nash was on the Suns. I liked the Suns, and the Lakers seemed to always beat him in the playoffs. And I was like, I hate Kobe. Kobe's a ball hog. Blah blah blah. And then I watched Kobe. I started watching him play. I'm like, damn, Kobe's a baller. Like that's how I
Yeah.
want to play basketball.
Yeah, he was.
He got a lot of ball hog hate, but he passed the ball. He was fine.
Yeah, he was. He didn't stand nothing for fools either.
No, which I love, dude. He got no
Yeah.
time for bullshit.
Yeah. But
So, You got any more to say on Kobe?
I think that's it.
I can keep going, but I'm gonna.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
I
move
could
on.
too, but yeah, we're gonna need to
Yeah.
move on before we have a whole podcast just about Kobe
We
Bryant.
should. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Also, no one would care, but it would be fun. All right, so my number 3, right?
Yes.
All right, Tyler Beatty,
Don't know who this is.
Mizzou running back. He played 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, I think I asked you that, or did I look it up?
I think you looked at it. You didn't ask me.
Okay, I might have looked it up.
Dude, he was
Yeah.
a baller. And the reason, like, we've had good running backs, but so 2 years ago, we haven't had a good quarterback since Drew Lock. His senior year, Tyler Beatty's, our quarterback was horrible. Like, I probably never threw over 200 yards.
Yeah.
So the defense knew Beatty was going to get the ball, and he still ran it down their throats. I'm like,
dude, that was like, I mean, that was pretty much all of our teams for a while there.
I mean, that's how you guys play football.
We had Benny Snell and Chris Rodriguez. And I mean, Lynn Bowden was literally our quarterback for a season, and there was no doubt in anybody's mind he was going to run the ball, and yet he ran all over
ran for like
everybody.
500 yards. I was never I was very grouchy after that game because you knew he was going to run the ball, and we could not tackle that dude.
Yeah,
I love Lynn Bowden though.
Yeah, he's some.
But Beatty, like, he broke he broke a school record for rushing yards, broke the career touchdown thing, broke so many records. Even though like they knew he was getting the ball, he still managed to like make play after play after play. And he was like, he wasn't flashy. He wasn't like one of those obnoxious players that celebrated all the time.
Yeah,
he just went to work.
Workhorse.
Yeah, he's a workhorse.
Those are the best.
And he wasn't a big guy either. So
I was about to say the pictures looked like he wasn't like. Didn't look like he was a workhorse.
His whole career, he was like a third down back. Like he was always a playmaker. But his senior year, he didn't have any other running backs, so he got the ball like the whole time.
All the time.
And he managed to he had like 5 or 6 200-yard rushing games in the SEC. Like it was wild. He's on the Broncos right now. He's their third string. So I don't really want to get injured. But I would really like for him to move up the depth chart, play in the NFL, because it would be fun for me.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my number 3. No more Mizzou people after this.
So. All right, I don't know. I didn't know him, so I don't have much I can spit on it. But
you should, because he played good against Joe.
Dude, I didn't care, probably.
Yeah, but you won anyways. So.
Yeah, it didn't really matter, probably.
I really hate Kentucky. I really hate.
You're gonna hate us again this year.
We're gonna stomp the shit out of you.
Yeah, you're full of shit. Go ahead.
It's your number. It's your turn.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I did my number 3.
Yeah, and you got to do number 2 before it comes back to me.
It's my turn. Okay, well, I'll go then. Simone Biles, my number 2.
I know her.
Also, I want to point out, you had no women on your list.
I had somebody and then I removed them.
What's that say about you?
Because I was like, I don't really care about tennis, so I'm not going to put it on there.
You're sexist, is what you're saying.
No.
Yeah, your list is. And you got no women athletes.
Because I like men athletes.
Huh,
Those are my favorite ones. No, that's you. Moving on.
Anyway, Simone Biles, dude, she is the GOAT. I don't know anything about gymnastics, don't know nothing. But you watch her and you know, she's better than everybody. You can just tell just the way she moves, everything, the way she carries herself, she's a GOAT, a living legend GOAT. And I love her. She came back and competed a couple weeks ago. I guess she retired. I don't really know, man.
Gymnastics, you retire very young. Yeah. You're out of your prime,
But she came back and dominated again.
I'm sure.
She's awesome, man.
I mean, it's probably hard on your body too, so you don't want to.
Can you imagine?
You don't want to keep doing it.
I watch those videos and my knees start to hurt.
Yeah,
I can't.
And those the whatever things.
Mm-hmm.
The ones you like.
You're almost there.
I don't know what they're called, so I'm not there. The things you grab a hold of and you spin around.
Oh, the bars?
Yeah, is that they literally just call them the bars?
I think so. Yeah.
Wow. Anyways, those. I can imagine how hard that is on your wrist and shoulders and shit.
And also, how do you practice? I don't understand. I'm too scared to ever do something.
You practice by falling hard on some foam padding.
Why would you do that? I would never.
I know you're I'm the same way. I would a lot of the stuff. I'm willing to take the risk of getting hurt on something that in a situation like playing basketball or something like that. You could get hurt, but there's a very limited. You're learning to play. Doesn't mean you're gonna get hurt. Learning to do gymnastics, learning to skateboard, learning to surf, you're going to get hurt.
Yep.
I would. There's not an if. It's a when.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah. Whereas in basketball, you could theoretically never get hurt.
Yeah.
Or not, especially not seriously. And it's I'm willing to take that risk when it's there's a chance it might never happen. But in those things, you're definitely 100% going to get hurt.
You can break your neck.
Yeah.
Bro, I would never.
Yeah, me neither.
But Simone Biles, she's the GOAT.
Yep.
I include women on my list because I'm not a piece of
I
garbage.
don't have any women that like that I'm like a big fan of. I don't really watch.
So you don't like women, is what you're saying?
No, I love women, very much so. But there's not like I don't. First of all, I don't. The only thing I really watch sports wise is basketball. I watch UK football, and that's like it. So like, it's not really.
I almost prefer women's sports over men's. Not football, obviously, because.
Yeah, you don't want to watch the lingerie football for
No, I
women
still
or whatever.
can't. That's so sexist, and I hate that so much. Why is that a thing?
But yeah, I don't. That's just I don't. I mostly watch basketball, and I don't really.
Bro, women's softball, women's volleyball, lit. It's fun. I'm not even watching it for the looks. I'm watching it for the game.
Yeah, I don't watch like volleyball, like professional or college.
I love,
but I love like volleyball in high school. Like going and watching volleyball in high school was always fun.
I'm sure you did.
Those games were friggin' lit.
Yeah, crowds. It's fun.
I was not because they were wearing spandex shorts. I mean, it was a bonus in high school, but
sure it was a bonus. You got a bonus.
I got a bonus. That's hilarious. Oh, that's good. That's a good one, man. That's actually pretty funny. I like that one.
Oh, it's gone bad.
We're gonna go ahead and move on to my number 2.
Also, I hate your number 2 so much.
Why?
I'm very interested to see why you like this cat.
So Willie Cauley-Stein.
Why?
So I first of all loved like him when he played. Like I loved his like watching him play basketball. He was super tall and like crazy athletic.
Defensive.
He had so many dunks and stuff that were just like the best dunks I've ever seen, dunking on dudes. Like he made a West Virginia dude in the tournament, made him want to quit basketball, I'm pretty sure. And then that I can't remember his first name, but it was something Robinson that played for Florida. He dunked on him so hard that he probably should have quit. I mean, there was just so many of those. And then also like I liked his personality. He was very quirky.
Was he?
He was like an artist type dude. Like he would like paint he would like take sidewalk chalk and like draw on the sidewalks and shit. Like he was an artsy kind of dude, and he played like he did stuff to the beat of his own drum kind of thing.
Okay, I can vibe with that.
And then he like would be talking about shows on Twitter and stuff, and I would like it would be stuff that I liked, and so like I would ask him like on Twitter like, hey, what was some like stuff that had nothing to do with basketball. I would like message him on Twitter like.
Did he respond to you?
And he would respond to me.
No way.
I had 2 different times he responded to me on Twitter.
That's pretty cool. Shout out Willie Cauley-Stein.
So, and that was really cool because that was why I was at UK. So it was like,
that's fun.
Hell yeah. I had a screenshot of it like a while back, but I've changed phones so much it's probably
look it up on your Twitter.
It's probably gone forever. Probably could, but that'd be going. I mean, probably wouldn't have to go that far back because I don't really use my Twitter. But
I'm sure you don't tweet very much.
But yeah,
so, I respect it.
So I loved him as a basketball player too, but like,
well, his basketball wasn't.
Dude, he was so good.
In college, he wasn't great. He wasn't good in the NBA.
Well, I mean, I don't care about that much. I don't really watch the NBA that much. I mean, I watch it some, but I watched the NBA way more back when I was younger than I do now.
We can't watch it now. We're at work.
I don't really care that much. Well, that's true too. I mean, we can't watch college basketball hardly. We're at work most of the time, so I usually like play catch up.
I watch it on Twitter threads.
Yeah. Well, I usually try to watch like
or X threads, whatever.
I like watch some of it. At least like I'll watch it after the next day.
I don't do that.
Sometimes. Or just like watch the highlight package that
I'll watch the highlights every now and then.
That like UK Athletics releases or whatever. And then my number 1, LeBron James.
LeBron James. I love that, Mike. LeBron James.
But that dude is different.
I love LeBron.
That dude is.
He gets a lot of hate for no reason.
He does. Well, for one thing, like, he went into the NBA as, like, the golden child.
Yeah, he had a lot of pressure.
And he lived up to it.
Yep, he delivered.
And is, like, as far as I know, has never had, like, any, like, serious trouble or anything like that. Even though he was, like, super famous at the age of 16 for playing basketball. Like, a lot of times those people, like, they either flame out because they can't handle the pressure or they flame out because they wild out.
Yeah.
And he just never...
Nope, he
never
did.
was that dude.
He's done nothing but good outside of basketball.
Yep.
Opened that school.
Although that school, I've heard...
Well, yeah, that school's probably not really doing that hot right now.
Yeah, they had that whole thing where, like, nobody can pass the state exam or whatever.
Well, you know what? Standardized tests, we don't care about that.
But, in theory, that's kind of the purpose of it, though. Not that for them to not pass, but, like, it's supposed to be for kids that... You know what I mean? I think, anyways. It's supposed to be for kids that are in situations where, like, they need that, like, an actual school that can support them and, you know, get them out of what they're in.
Yeah.
So, I don't know that, but I thought that's kind of the point of it.
I have no idea.
But anyways, beside all that, he's just... He is something else, man. Like... He's so good. He is so good.
There's nothing he's bad at.
Yeah, he's really not. The only knock I can have on him, and it's not even really that much of a knock, is that on the defensive end, he could be way better than what he is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, he's put in 20 years.
Yeah.
He's put in 20 years in the league as, like, that dude for 20 years. So, I mean, I can't blame him for taking some possessions off on defense a little bit to save some energy. So
he's kind of cringy though. Like he's kind of cringy.
Cringy? What do you mean though?
Like the whole when he went to Miami.
Oh well, yeah.
That stuff cringy. Some of the things he does, like I don't know, when, all the flopping. He flops. He's kind of
that is the NBA. Like I don't want to hear that.
It's gross coming from
That's
him,
literally every freaking player in the NBA. No. There's not a single one of them that doesn't do that shit. And also, I will say that after going to an NBA game and seeing it up close, I can understand why they bitch and moan to the refs all the time. Because watching it, there looks like there's fouls on every single possession. So it's like sometimes they get called and sometimes they don't. Yeah, and like the whole time I was watching it, like I'm like, well, no wonder they complain because like that probably should have been a foul, but they didn't call it. And then this one they did call, and it was like not even as bad as that one. So it was like you're kind of like,
I mean, yeah, I get it.
But I mean, at the same time, I can't blame the refs for that because that watching an NBA game like that is like some speed and athleticism that is on a different level. So I can't imagine trying to like follow that. I can't even ref like. I've tried to ref like a co-ed, or not co-ed, but like an alumni high school, like our high school's alumni tournament. One year I tried to ref some of the game or one of the games, and I was like horrible at it.
I would hate refing.
That's old men trying to play where it's not nearly as fast, and I still sucked at it. So I can't imagine at that level.
Bro, I'm too indecisive to be a ref.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
I would be very bad at it.
I'm like way too like seconds late on it. Like I'll blow my whistle like, but they'll already be like halfway down the other end. I'm like, oh well, sorry guys, that was a foul. I just my reaction time wasn't quick enough.
Yeah, I'd be. Oh my gosh.
But anyways, yeah. So LeBron James, he's
a good number one.
20 years of doing that thing. He is my goat.
He's my goat.
He's
my goat. I'll make that argument all day.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan's great.
The only thing people have that they can say about Michael Jordan is that he won 6 rings. But if you're basing it off of that, then Bill Russell is the greatest of all time, not Michael Jordan.
Yep.
Robert Horry is better than Michael Jordan if you're basing it off a number of rings.
That's a wild statement.
So like I want to hear that shit. I don't give a flying F about he won he won 6 rings. What about all the other years he played in the NBA?
Yep.
Like we just don't discount, or we're just gonna like ignore those and be like, oh, just because he went 6-0, like sorry. I mean, if he went, what did he play 13 years?
Yeah.
14 years,
I think.
whatever it was. Say it was 13 years. If he went 13-0 in the finals, then okay, yeah, you've got an argument.
you would
But
be.
he didn't even make the finals half of the time he played, so I don't want to hear that shit. Like, he didn't win anything until he got Scottie Pippen, so suck on them
Scottie
eggs.
Pippen's the real GOAT.
Yeah, Scottie Pippen's the one that got him them
Dennis
rings.
Rodman's the actual GOAT.
That's the thing too. Like LeBron had to go out and get a good team because the Cavs wouldn't get him
dragged
one.
those ugly Cavs teams.
Yeah.
I don't know how. he
Whereas
did that.
Jordan was in Chicago, where they got
Yeah.
drafted and then picked up players that made it a great team. So yeah, of course he didn't leave because he had the fucking best team
LeBron
in the place he was playing at.
LeBron took a bunch of scrubs to the finals.
Yeah, dude, that
Almost won.
his first finals that he went to.
That's
Look up that
I
roster.
know it's bad, dude.
Look up that roster. Mo Williams
Oh well.
is the starting point guard on that freaking team.
Agauskas.
You had a Gauskas
He
and
wasn't bad,
Verjao on.
Varejao.
They were the center and the power forward, starting power
The
forward
most
and center.
unathletic back front court.
Those are two big
Two
dudes.
giant who can't shoot or do nothing.
Yeah, like
I don't know how.
I don't know how that
Booby-
team.
There's a guy named Booby too. I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know how he got those
Bro, that
teams.
team was so bad.
Yeah, I don't know how he got those teams.
Nope. Michael Jordan wouldn't have got them anywhere.
There's no doubt about it. They would have drug him to the bottom of the ocean.
First round pick or number one pick. It would have been terrible, dude.
Huh?
Michael Jordan would have got them the number one pick.
Oh yeah, in the draft, yeah, yeah, that's for sure. No, I'm not gonna knock Michael Jordan. He's definitely number 2, probably.
Yeah.
Either that or Kobe to me.
Kobe, well, yeah. I don't know. Michael Jordan wasn't my time though,
I mean,
so I just don't care about
you
him.
watch Michael Jordan, he was good,
Sure.
but playing
I-
against a plumber,
I love
will give
Dar.
that to you.
What?
I mean, you're talking about 80s and 90s, dude. There was people that had side jobs in the
Oh
NBA.
yeah, I know. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
The number one thing I can tell you about the different eras and how I feel about like the fact that like people say Jordan is so much better and his era was harder is that look at the amount of white dudes in the NBA now and look at the amount of white dudes in the NBA back when Jordan played.
Yeah.
I rest my case.
Yeah. I
The
agree.
athleticism is different
It's
now
very different.
because there's not a whole lot of like, no offense to all us white dudes, but we're not most of the time not nearly athletic.
Yeah. And if you're a white dude in the NBA, you're a shooter or you're a giant guy.
Yeah,
Like,
pretty
you're not
much.
anything else.
Or you're Luka Doncic and you like play like slow mo, like
Bro, I love Luka.
just like angles and all that kind of stuff.
Luka should have been on. Oh, I love Luka. Dang it. He's a
Anyways, so yeah.
And then my number one was Kobe, so we already talked about him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So we're done. We're good.
done, kind of. I saw this thing and it says that you can't say this without getting like tongue tied. So I want to see if you can do it.
Bro, okay, I'm gonna fail at this. One sock cutter, he cuts socks. 2 sock cutters, they cut socks. 3 sock cutters, they cut socks. 4 sock cutters, they cut socks. They suck cock. I realized at the second one, I already know what I'm doing, bro. Keep going.
You almost. I didn't get you because you said it too slow, but you almost did it on the second or third one.
If I didn't have braces and a lisp, I would have flew through that and I would have said it. But now I have to talk really slow, so it didn't work.
Somebody sent me a video where it was like some grandma that they got her to read it, and she like, got halfway through it and like started like messing it up and saying the other way.
Let me try it fast.
Okay.
1 sock cutter, he cuts socks. 2 sock cutters, they cut socks. 3 sock cutters, they cut socks. 4 sock cutters, they
that was almost it.
I was doing so good. Okay, that was pretty hard. Okay.
Oh, but yeah, that
I was like, why did you put that on our nose?
I just thought it was so funny because that old lady like slipped up and said it, and then she realized, and it was, I don't know, it was just funny to watch. So I wanted to see if you could actually do it and if you would even notice it. Oh, but that is it for the top 5, and we'll move on to our Comments. I think we had one comment on the episode. If I can get to it really quickly.
We had another one on the previous episode too.
Did we?
Yep, another new one.
So Victoria on this last episode grew up with no cable, only basic channels. So heck yes to Dragon Tales. Y'all missed the greatest kids show, Arthur. Also, not having cable, Icky Vicky used to be sung at me, and I was so confused.
I'm sure she
I
was,
can imagine.
I'm sure she was. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't really care for Arthur that much.
I didn't watch it, but I also don't care for it.
And then I know you put who has the better top 5. I know I went ahead and voted just now because my wife couldn't vote and she wanted to vote.
Yeah.
But she didn't have Spotify. But she wanted to vote for yours.
Yeah.
So there's
Shout out, Jenna.
4 votes, 3 for Nate and 1 for me. I know some people, they might have voted, I don't know or not. Some people told me they liked mine better, and there's only 1 vote, but there's a couple people that said mine was better.
I don't see any proof.
But they didn't vote, so that's on them, I guess.
I win again.
And I didn't even know you were even going to do that. Because Jenna asked me if
I didn't either.
Jenna asked me, and I was like, no, I don't think he will. I was like, because we kind of agreed that we liked each other's shows, so I'm like, it wasn't really like a competition.
But I couldn't think of any other poll. I tried to think of a Drake-related one, but could not think of one. So
Oh, gotcha.
that
So there's that, and then do you have the other one pulled up?
So this one was on our book episode, top 5 favorite books. And Olivia Baker, that's your sister, right?
Yes.
She said, my top 5 in no particular order. Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris. November 9, Colleen Hoover. Reminders of Him, Colleen Hoover. The Institute, Stephen King. And Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
So this is my sister that I said that she likes Stephen King, and I didn't expect it.
Yeah. I've never heard of The Institute.
But like I said, it's the ones that are not the... Because when she said it, I'm like... Me and my other sister, like my sister Rachel,
What?
we were both like, what?
Yeah.
Stephen King. But yeah.
I'll have to look into The Institute because I like his non-creepy stuff, so
Yeah.
I probably like it. And also, I keep seeing Colleen Hoover all over my TikTok.
Colleen Hoover's like very popular
Yeah, she's
amongst the
everywhere right now.
women's.
Oh, it was like a romance.
I don't necessarily think it's romance. It's because one of them I think is like kind of got like rape and stuff involved in it.
Oh, great. I would love to read that one.
I think I might have just made that up.
That's a wild...
But I think there's one that's kind of like people say like if you can stomach it, they suggest it.
I'm okay.
But I'm
gonna
like,
read that.
I could be totally wrong, but I know there is one that like people say like if you can stomach it, you can. It's pretty good, but
I'm okay.
but I don't know that she's necessarily a love stories. I don't really know, really honestly. I've never read any of them. My wife has read some, but yeah, it's a women thing. I mean, not saying that men can't read it, but I think it's definitely more
Geared towards
the
feminine,
the woman folk, you know.
and women folk.
But I think that's kind of it, isn't it?
Yep, I got nothing
We
else.
didn't really have any other comments or anything, did we?
Nope, not that I'm aware of.
Well, I think that's it, guys. We appreciate you listening. If you can think of a good top 5 for next week, we want some fun ones.
Yeah.
Some fun ones that we can pick at each other and get some laughs and reminisce about things of old.
Yeah.
Because that was what was the funnest part about doing the cartoons last week, is that we kind of got to
We had a lot of
reminisce.
fun, bro.
Yeah, so if y'all can think of anything, we'd appreciate it. We kind of last second did the athletes because we couldn't really come up with
No.
like one that we loved. So we did athletes. It was on our list of things to potentially do. We have a running list for future top 5, so if you make a suggestion and we don't immediately do it, it definitely is on our list to potentially do. So
We'll get to it at some point.
we'll get to it at some point. So we appreciate everybody listening. If you could like, comment, and share. I know my sister shared your post on Facebook the other day.
I was really pumped
So
for that too.
we appreciate that. In case anybody
Was that Olivia?
doesn't,
Yeah.
in case anybody doesn't know, like that means a lot.
Yeah, I got really excited.
We don't care that much who listens because we just enjoy doing it. But at the same time, it'd be cool if we like could like get some people that's not
It
like
would be fun.
like our family. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like people that are friends and stuff like that. If we could branch out to like people that don't even
Randos.
necessarily know us,
Yeah.
and get some joy in their life and stuff. So
That'd be cool.
we'd appreciate it. Thank you guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.